Good evening on the world news tonight from BGI TV. First, the headlines. Presidency failed to provide credible defense for Tinubu's failure. Atiku. Distribute foods to Nigerians from grain reserves. Reps urges FG. CBN Governor, Finance and Budget Ministers appear before reps. Nigeria was on the road to economic disaster before May 29. Edo. On sports, Osimhen cleared by doctors to join teammates in Balka. I am Morire Rabila Lawal, the news in detail. People's Democratic Party PDP presidential candidate in the 2023 elections, Atiku Abubakar, on Tuesday accused the presidency of failing to provide a credible defense for what he described as President Bola Tinubu's failure to tackle Nigeria's economic challenges. Atiku insisted that he offered better policy options during the 2023 presidential campaign when compared to Tinubu's morbid prescriptions. He was reacting to Tinubu's special advisor on information and strategy, Bayo Onanuga's remarks, accusing him of carving a niche as the opposition-in-chief of the president and the current president. Onanuga said Atiku took up the new role due to his failure to achieve his long-line ambition of ruling Nigeria. Reacting, Atiku said Onanuga demonstrated ignorance for the happenings around him. In a statement signed by his spokesman, Paul Ibe, Atiku said the presidential spokesman, Bayo Onanuga, failed to provide a credible defense of Bola Tinubu's failure in tackling the economic challenges facing the country. The House of Representatives on Tuesday urged the federal government to immediately open the grain reserves and distribute grains to needy Nigerians. This, the rep said, is to tackle hunger in the land. The resolution followed the adoption of a motion of national urgent importance moved by the member representing Ifo, Ewekoro Federal Constituency, Ogun State, Mr. Ibrahim Isiaka. Leading the debate, Isiaka noted the cost of living has become very difficult for Nigerians, even as he lamented the rising cost of cement, even though we have all the materials for the production. He said the House resolved to urge the federal government and stakeholders to immediately open the food reserves to address the hunger in our land. He also called on the Apex government to boost food production and distribution. The central bank governor, Olayemi Cardozo, on Tuesday appeared before the House of Representatives to speak on the state of the economy. Appearing before the lawmakers during plenary in Abuja, Cardozo briefed them on the free fall of the naira and other issues affecting the monetary side of the economy. He was summoned alongside the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister for the Economy, Wale Edo, the Minister of Budget and National Planning, Atiku Bagudu, and the Chairman of the Federal Inland Revenue Service, Zach Adedeji. Cardozo said the economy must earn through exports to boost the naira, stating that the CBN plans to instill confidence through stability in consumer prices and foreign exchange markets. He believes that the policy measures of the bank are expected to impact positively on inflation. In his remarks, the finance minister said the country is in a better place economically than it was on May 29, 2023. Edwin said the country was on the road to disaster before President Bola Tinubu came into office, but agreed that there has been a rise in the cost of living. Noting that there will be further intervention to assist the poor in the country, the minister stated that special attention is being paid to the power sector to boost investors' confidence. Last week, Speaker Abbas Tajuddin announced that the sectorial debate for the financial sector will assess the nation's readiness to mobilize the necessary financial resources for implementing the budgets. Moving on to the next story. The Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, believes the country is on the path to recovery, saying Nigeria was heading to economic disaster before President Bola Tinubu came to power in May. Edun disclosed this on Tuesday during plenary appearance before the House of Representatives to speak on the state of economy. Where we are as a nation economically is a much better place than we were on the 29th of May 2023. We have heard from the governor of CBN. He has talked about the importance of sustainability. He told the lawmakers in Abuja. Before the implementation of the 8-point agenda of the president began, we were in an unsustainable place in terms of the physical situation of Nigeria. We were on the road to economic disaster. The coordinating minister of economy also noted that the country's expenditure before the current administration was wasteful and unsustainable. will add expenditure which was wasteful and unsustainable by way of the subsidy, not just on fuel, but the subsidy on foreign exchange, which confused the incentive framework, and people were chasing cheap dollars in order to make an instant profit, he said. You are watching the world news from BGI TV. An investigation has revealed that at least 159.6 billion naira, 352 million US dollar was paid into private accounts by various ministries, departments, and agencies, MDAs of the Nigerian government in the last 6 years. The findings came amidst the ongoing suspension of Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Betta Edu, who was accused of authorizing the payment of 585.2 million naira into a private account. The investigation conducted based on data from government platform tracking government spending revealed that several MDAs made questionable payments into private accounts. The Office of the Special Advisor to the President on Niger Delta tops the list of offenders, having paid 8.3 billion naira, 20 million US dollar to an ex-militant leader in 130 transactions. The Nigerian Office of the New Partnership for African Development, the Ministry of Information and Culture, the Ministry of Women Affairs, and even the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, were found to have made suspicious payments into private accounts. Others include the Ministry of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Ministry of Petroleum Resources, Budget Office of the Federation, National Human Rights Commission, Police Formations and Command, Nigeria Police Academy, Wudil Kano. On the next story, wife of the president, Mrs. Oluremi Tinubu, has urged parents and guardians across the nation to protect the rights, vulnerability, and well-being of the girl child in the country. Tinubu stated this in a statement signed on Tuesday in commemoration of the International Day of Zero Tolerance for Female Genital Mutilation, FGM, under the theme, Our Voice, Our Future, investing in survivors-led movement to end female genital mutilation. She noted that the FGM commemoration is another reminder to parents and guardians of their responsibility to protect the rights of every girl child in Nigeria. The First Lady also raised concern about the assets and health implications of FGM among girl child, while calling on the wife of governors across Nigeria to continue to support the fight against the FGM. Today, I call on parents, particularly mothers, traditional leaders, and community leaders, where female genital mutilation persists, to consider the damage and irreversible health implications inflicted on our daughters. Moving on to the next story. Over 8.5 million naira, 27 phones, 3,000 unused recharge cards, and 57 charms were found on Uncaptured Robbers, according to a video release. A team of police attached to Jalingo police station arrested one Ahmed, 35, from Adamawa State with a Toyota car, stated Taraba State Police Commissioner Joseph Eribo. The suspect was unable to provide a credible self-report during questioning. Following a search, the following objects were found in his possession: $8,555,000 in cash, the 37 phones, 3,000 unused MTN recharge cards, and 57 charms. It was also reported that the kidnappers and bandits, in the course of interrogation, said that they usually collaborate with electricity vendors who are also in police custody to vandalize electricity transformers, which gives them easy access to attack community at night. And still within the national news, the Western Nigeria Security Network, codenamed Amotekun, has arrested 149 suspected criminals at different black spots within 3 local government areas of Ondo State. The commander of Amotekun in Ondo State, Mr. Adetuji Adeleye, disclosed these on Tuesday while parading the suspect before newsmen. Adeleye said that majority of the suspects claimed that they came into the state as hunters, added that they were arrested with guns, bags of Indian ink, and cutlasses. He noted that the arrests were made at locations where robbery and kidnapping usually take place in the local governments. They surprisingly and carefully concealed and kept their weapons, bags of Indian ink, and cutlasses under their vehicles, and they claimed that they were coming from various parts of the country. The pertinent question we are asking: why are they hiding their guns? If they are genuine hunters, why not come out openly? One begins to wonder why they would come through extreme part of the country to hunt in a village, in a forest they had never been to. The commander said that every Nigerian has the right to go anywhere in the country, but does not have the right to go with weapons. He added that after conclusion of investigations, the suspect would be taken to relevant government agencies for detailed profiling. Before we come to the end of today's world news, here comes the foreign story. The federal government has renewed the suspension of commercial flights from Niger Republic to Nigeria and from Nigeria to the nation's northern neighboring country. This was part of the Economic Community of West African States ECOWAS resolutions against Niger Republic, which on July 26, 2023 ousted its duly elected president, Mohamed Bazoum, in a coup and replaced by the military junta, General Abdurrahmani Tijani. The restriction included the directive that no commercial flight from Niger should overfly Nigerian airspace and no flight from any Nigerian state should overfly Niger's airspace. This directive, noticed to Airmen NOTAM, was contained in a letter dated ECOWAS restriction on the Republic of Nigeria from the Nigerian Airspace Management Agency, Aeronautical Information Services, dated February 2, 2024, and signed by the Director of Air Traffic Services, Tayo John, on behalf of the agency's Managing Director and Chief Executive. Finally, on sports. Super Eagles striker Victor Osimhen has been reportedly cleared by the team's medical doctor for the clash against South Africa. Recall Osimhen missed the Super Eagles trip to Bauke, the venue of the semi-final clash with South Africa, after suffering abdominal discomfort. It was said that the Napoli striker will be examined on Tuesday morning and, if cleared, will join the rest of the squad, who have arrived safely in Bauke. According to sources in Abidjan, Osimhen is on his way to Bauke after being declared fit by the medical team. The 25-year-old has started in all of Super Eagles' 5 matches in Côte d'Ivoire, scoring 1 goal and chalking up 1 assist. With the sports story, we've come to the end of today's world news. Before we go, some major headlines. Presidency failed to provide credible defense for Tinubu's failure, Atiku. Distribute foods to Nigerians from grain reserves, reps urge FG. CBN Governor, Finance and Budget Ministries appear before reps. Nigeria was on the road to economic disaster before May 29, Edu. On sports, Osimhen cleared by doctors to join teammate in Bauke. For updates of our broadcast on YouTube, our handle is Baba Bagidi Imo Television. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell. Select option all to access all of our broadcasts. On Facebook, Bagidi Imo with Alawiyo Adebayo. Please like and follow the page. Thank you for watching. I am Moriri Rabila Lawal. Good evening.